Hello and welcome to this vlog in Spokane, Washington. We are here for a conference as well as doing some fishing. This is absolutely very cool. The architecture here is very fascinating. Opposite us we have a cathedral to Our Lady of Lourdes, which we'll be attending on Sunday, which is quite cool. But unfortunately I have to say our bags have been left in Seattle, so I'll have to go back to the airport to pick them up. But I'm looking forward to this trip and I can't wait to show you around. Over there we have the Riverside Park, Spokane Falls. We will be fishing it there on Sunday, or maybe even tomorrow after the conference, depending on whether people do anything after. We've come past this public library on our way to the museum. I'm really looking forward to see what the history of this town is like, because the architecture is just very diverse. It's kind of, on one side you have things which look a bit older build, other stuff looks a bit newer. It's kind of cool. You look around like at this joint, and it looks like something I've never really seen before. Kind of a hodgepodge mix of different cool stuff. We're walking through a residential area and the buildings just have completely different looks, each one of them. Kind of cool. We are back at our hotel at the Riverfront Park, we are back at our hotel at Spokane Club, having picked up our suitcase from the airport. I mean, the good thing is that Spokane is so close to the airport that I was able to just zoom into the airport 15 minutes and get back after that. And just looking outside of the window, you can see the Riverfront Park is just right there. Spokane River is just down there. I am really looking forward to the conference tomorrow. I think I'm going to have a very early night tonight just because I'm absolutely exhausted from the travel, but it was cool. We had a nice meetup talking about Dungeons and Dragons and role-playing games, which really did lead to some reflections about how different tools can be used to teach philosophy and make people think about philosophical topics. It's our second morning in Spokane. We have the beautiful cinema in front of us. We're taking the bus into the university. This district is quite cool because you have so many different types of architecture. As I was describing yesterday, it just seems very different everywhere you go. And it's quite religious, because if you can't see it, behind this, on the building that you see at the top over there, there's a mosaic of the mother and child on that building, though of course it's covered currently by this wall. No wonder it had Madonna and Child on that building. It is a Catholic apartment. That's quite cool. But yeah, that is the cathedral where we'll be attending tomorrow, but now we are indeed on the autobus. One can see that the climate and the fauna is indeed very different here, which is rather unique. It's very green, very beautiful, lots of different types of trees. First time I've seen these classic American school buses as well. That's quite a first experience. We have just finished the conference, and we are now going to just walk around East Washington University. I mean, it's really cool to be here. It's such a beautiful campus. It's very different from back home at Oxford, but you know, there's so much similarities between these buildings. The construction is all the same. It's the same design, same architecture, which is very nice to see. I mean, the conference itself was very exciting. It was really fun. Okay, it's going to start to rain soon, but such is life. The conference was fun. We were really exchanging some cool ideas about how to teach in different ways to bring out ideas from students, reflect on certain ideas, which was really cool. You know, I'm looking forward to see how this would impact my teaching in the future and bring out ways to make things a bit more engaging for students. So definitely a lot of things to reflect on. It was quite fun to be the first speech of the day. I think people quite liked it. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Here they have the John F. Kennedy Library, which is really cool. Just cool to see how literally everything is, as I said, absolutely the same kind of colour theme. A bit of red, a bit of black on the bricks. And man, I mean, it goes and reflects their old logo, the eagle, of a red eagle, which is really nice. We're now going to head back to the hotel to get our fishing equipment before we head to Spokane Falls to do some fishing. I mean, it's quite cool just being at a different type of university. It's a state university, which is quite cool. I mean, it's amazing. I could imagine myself just being here and like what it would be like. Sometimes it's nice to go to these conferences just to experience what it's like to be at a different university, different campus, meet the students, and figure out how things are different, you know, because every place, every culture, every society has its own vibes, and it's quite nice just seeing how it's like. We're currently crossing the bridge opposite Spokane Club, which can be seen there. I'm currently looking down into this river to see whether there's any spots to go fishing, but although there are some pools, I'm thinking that I might actually just decide to skip this area under the falls and just try Riverfront Park, because I have to say I think this area down here is a bit quick, and despite the fact that I think there might be decent fish in this pool, like right underneath me, if you can see down here, despite the fact that there might be fish in this seam, I'm not exactly sure how keen I want to be to try to get down there. I mean, getting down there is not going to be too difficult. I mean, I can see a route down from over there, but it's just one of those things where if there's better spots in Riverfront Park, where I'm going to head to now anyways, I might just go there instead. Wow, this is very impressive. We are at the Spokane Falls. You can see these massive falls. I think they're the largest urban falls in America, under the Washington Power Station. Even some falls up there as well. But man, this is absolutely gorgeous. Reminds me of the falls in Greenville, but times by about 10. Absolutely magnificent. Wow. I see a few trout feeding underneath this bridge. However, the problem is I'm not exactly sure how one would get to here. I see on my fish angler app that people do catch fish in this area. I assume they fish down there. However, I'm not exactly sure whether I want to try to get down there. I might just head over to the Riverfront Park and just fish there instead. I'm slowly making my way around to hopefully find a spot that's more easily accessible. I mean, this is indeed urban fishing, so I'm not particularly planning to, unless I find an easy access point. I mean, it looks relatively easy down there. I'm not exactly too keen on trying to run down this these edges or get anywhere. A bit dodgy. I mean, I don't think it's that dodgy actually to fish on those rocks over there, but I'm not sure. But man, these upper falls are absolutely gorgeous anyways. I think the plan is I'll head over to Riverfront Park, fish the easier parts first, and if it comes absolutely unsuccessful, then maybe I'll try it down there. But until then, I think I'm just going to go to the easier parts. Before that, I'm just going to sit in and enjoy this absolutely beautiful, beautiful scenery. These upper falls are very nice within Riverfront Park. This is absolutely brilliant. We've just caught our first rainbow trout of the trip. I have to say that was quite a hard worked fish. We've had so many follows, but we haven't had a catch yet. But man, that was really nice. Finally, on the inline spinner. We were just casting off this past. I have to say, I have to give myself as absolute zero for fish handling on that front. Normally I try to take it a bit more careful, but that fish just, when I tried to bring it up, it just fell off the hook and landed on the pavement. Went a bit of a downhill spiral from there on, but such is life. Got it on an e-scooter, and I'm just going to give 2 casts at each of these spots as we are slowly moving down stream to see whether we can catch another one of these rainbows. Found this nice spot under the bridge, and also on the opposite side. What I'm going to do is just stand on that rock down there, try to fish this, and then head over to the opposite side of the river. This is a very good spot apparently, according to Fish Angler, so hopefully we catch some trout here. One of the problems being addicted to fishing is that you end up fishing, losing track of time, and then find yourself at 10 p.m. at night struggling to find a restaurant which is still open while you're quite hungry, and you don't necessarily want to eat some random fast food joint. Now, I'm gonna have to go to get some pub food anyways, so health isn't necessarily on the table, I don't think. But such is life. I think we're just gonna have to make do with what we have. We've come across the health sciences campus, which is quite far from Cheney. This is downtown Spokane. This is indeed day 2 for the Spokane I am now going to go try to get something to eat at 9 at night, but I'm going to set up, or at least put back these fishing equipment. We are now going to attend Mass at the Cathedral of Spokane. It's really crazy, and I really like it how this city, the university, is also themed over this red brick. It's such a nice aesthetic, I have to say. We are currently on a philosophical hike at Palisades Park, overlooking Spokane. It's a crazy thing about how close everything is to each other. It's only like a 30-minute drive from downtown, which can be just seen right over there in the distance. It's so cool how the city has a mix of nature as well as, of course, city and university in Chile. It's really cool. An old bridge built by some constructions 100 years ago during the Great Depression. We have now gone, finished the hike, had lunch with the organizers and some other fellow colleagues, and now we're just going to spend the rest of the afternoon fishing. The plan is I'll fish the spots yesterday where I thought we had a chance at some fish, and after that we're going to fish them quickly and try to head further down that river and see whether there's any spots which might prove to be more productive. It's quite frustrating. I've seen a group of maybe like 40 or 50 fish just kind of sitting right there in front of me, but I've thrown absolutely everything at them. I've thrown trout magnets, I've thrown spinners, now I'm throwing my worm lure at them, and they don't seem to be going for absolutely anything I throw at them. We've just caught our first smallmouth bass on a worm fly. That was quite cool, a new species on the bucket list. Ticked off. It was a very small one, they're around the size of my palm, so couldn't be more than 6 inches. I let him go, just put him back in over down there. I will throw this worm out again. I've been seeing this trout swim around in circles, so maybe he comes back, hopefully he hasn't been spooked. And yeah, let's see how it goes. Now acquired an e-scooter. What we're going to do is we're going to e-scooter around the other side of the bridge. We were here last night. We're going to e-scooter around Gonzaga University, see what it's like. And then after that, we're going to try to fish Lake Arthur, which is on the other side of the bridge. A church, St. Aloysius Gonzaga, which is, I think, the Robinson House. It must be the philosophy department next to us. Giving it a quick jog. Really cool. What a beautiful church. I've now arrived at Lake Arthur. Try to catch some pike minnows. I'm gonna see how this goes. I just had a bite, so it shows that something is indeed going for this. The trout, which is very curious about this orange lure. Hopefully goes for it. Got him. Ah, fuck. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to the 8-pound test. This 4 pound's not doing well. I can't believe it. Just so stupid. I've switched to my 8-pound line. Hopefully it's a bit better, but we'll see how it goes. I mean, that really should have been a fish catch. Watching back on the footage right here, man, I really should have just let that fish run, just kept my hand off the reel. I don't even know what I was doing. I think it's one of those things where you get so agitated that you haven't caught fish all day, then you finally get to it, you're like, oh my gosh, I need to pull it in, and then you lose the fish, of course. There's the trout magnet back on, and I saw a fish swim for it. I'm gonna try this a bit. It kind of landed there. I'm just gonna jig this around. Wow, look at this hatch. Absolutely crazy. This is insane. I wish I had a fly rod with me, but unfortunately I don't. We're back where we were yesterday. Hopefully we'll catch something here. That was the most frustrating thing ever. Finally, after the whole day of fishing, I had a fish on. And guess what happened? I tried to net it, it jumped, landed on the side of the net, and then fell off. I have to say that was the worst day out on the river I've had for a very long time. I can't believe it. I've lost, what, 2-3 fish? One fish broke off, target species broke off. Then in my rush to get the other fish in, I just knocked it out my net, which was completely stupid. I should have just let the fish fight a bit longer. Then of course I'm concerned that the fish is going to fall off. But then bloody hell, I don't know, man. Just so frustrated, but such is life. I'm going to try to get dinner. Yeah. We move tomorrow morning. Final showdown, trying to get a red band. We'll see how it goes. We're now enjoying a very, very nice cocktail and some king salmon. Thought I'll get some revenge on the old trout species, given how much they frustrated me today. Oh, that was absolutely brilliant. Really, really nice meal. I have to say, you know, prices here in Spokane is surprisingly expensive. I feel like I'm paying New York prices here, which is kind of crazy. That dinner did set me back more than some of the meals I had back in New York. But despite the fact that it was expensive, actually food-wise, it was really brilliant. The cocktail was, absolutely, it's really, really splendid. One of the better cocktails I've had in a very long time. And man, the salmon was very, very nice. A bit small, considering it's America, but nonetheless it was cooked to perfection with nice rice. I'm quite happy. It is currently 5 a.m. in Spokane. Last day here in town over the Upper Falls. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful scenes down here on this bridge. Of course, these are here to recognize and celebrate Indigenous culture. You have the lower falls there. It's absolutely beautiful. The smoke's rising. Absolutely gorgeous. We're going to try to catch our red band trout today. We already caught our smallmouth. Not the biggest that you can imagine, but it's been very, very good. Yeah, hopefully we are successful in catching the red band. Yesterday was a very, very frustrating day to say the least, but the dinner made up for it, or at least partially made up for it. I mean, food does make me very happy. But let us try to get that red band today. Got our first fish of the day, a nice smallmouth bass in the same place we caught the smallmouth bass yesterday. We have him in the net over here. Absolutely beautiful, gorgeous fish. He really went for this lure. He went for it once, missed it, went for it again, missed it, went for it the third time, and the third time he got lucky, and well, I got lucky and he ate it. About time we made our way back to Riverfront Park. We've had a few follows, but haven't been able to catch anything since that smallmouth. It's been. I'm probably not fishing in the best places, and after all, this is kind of what do you call it? This is probably the most overfished area in the middle of Spokane. If I had a car, I'd probably drive further out, but such is life. That's why I'm trying to get my driver's license as quickly as possible. We are back at the Spokane Club before we're going to pack and head to the airport to head to Vancouver. I mean, what a trip. I really enjoyed coming here. The conference was brilliant. It was great to meet Chris and the others at the faculty, and we might have some collaborations together. The town was really brilliant, not too big, so you could see this all in kind of like a day, but nonetheless it was great to be here to fish. Fishing was really, really difficult, but you know, that's what makes fishing worthwhile, is when you have these difficult days and you're pulling every single trick out of the bag to try to catch something. That's what makes fishing really, really enjoyable. I have to say, Spokane, really nice to visit. It's swing through if you're in Washington State. I have to say, it's a bit expensive. I felt I was paying New York prices here, but nonetheless, very enjoyable time. Really enjoyed it. And yeah, have a good one. I'll see you in the next vlog.